He is trying very hard to make sure I do all the normal things we used to do. We wandered around the shops, visited Selfridges, where we chose some new wine glasses. I mean, he is carefully making sure this isn't our day, me and him doing the things we used to do before. We made our usual visit to Waterstones. He chose non-fiction, and I picked out a novel, not too heavy. At the coffee counter, we get smiles of recognition from the staff. I'm not sure if the smiles aren't a bit too friendly, a bit too kind. However, I managed the expected niceties, and we wandered through to the reading room. I head for a seat facing the window. Almost the whole of 2 walls are expanses of glass, so they provide a near-perfect panoramic vision of view of the city. And the afternoon slides into the room on sunbeams that spotlight particles of dust, fibres and skin that have escaped and spiral into nothingness. I pretend to be interested in the traffic and the shoppers in the street below. I can feel eyes on my back, especially on the nape of my neck, that exposed piece of skin between my hair and my collar. But if I concentrate on looking out, I can pretend I'm not being watched. I'm getting good at that. It was in another lifetime that I was in here last. In that life, I knew who I was. I knew, where I was going. I knew who I'd been. In that life, I could sleep and dream and wake like everybody else. Now, I don't close my eyes. Horrifying images of what I become leap from a dark gap inside my head and project themselves onto a screen that is sandwiched between my brain and my retina. Oh, look, a red sports car's broken down. It's disrupting traffic flow. Its hazards are flashing, but other cars insist on pumping horns and acting in an irritated manner. That disabled car is me, alone and screaming in a world full of irrational and irritated people. Now an ungainly breakdown truck has arrived to clear the obstruction. There I am again, being manoeuvred, cleared out of the way, to somewhere where I won't be so offensive. I want to know who tore off my skin, leaving me so exposed. Was the mere act of existing this acute before, that I failed to notice? I mean, where does the pain come from? He's taken it away now, the baby. He's gone to the changing room to change it. Yeah, if only. Before, we'd been chatting over coffee quite naturally, and he took it as a positive sign and very carefully, very casually, placed the baby on my knee. It looked uncertainly at me, and then at him, searching for reassurance. And I looked at him too. I mean, I tried to recall a happy event like they've taught me, finding out I was pregnant, choosing colours for the nursery, working out how to slide the cot side up and down and laughing. And it wrinkles its nose and whoosh. All that rehearsed images are sucked into a vortex of panic. I don't want it to cry, so I get a bottle from the back of the buggy. I unscrew the top and I put the teat in the baby's mouth. It's strained backwards pushing against my arm in order to keep an eye on him. It's quite comical, really, the extent to which it was willing to contort itself so that it could satisfy 2 urges at the same time. I pray this story is not traumatic. I'm pretty sure I've played safe. I don't want my screams escaping from between the printed lines, do I? I mean, is there anything that doesn't haunt me? I'm trying to read, trying to visualise the story in the book, but all I can see is... Do you know what I see? I see myself, flying naked through a hospital ward. I mean, I'm not literally flying, you understand, but I'm naked, and I'm running, and I'm haranguing everyone I meet. I want sex, and I actually don't care who with, and who I get it from. Could be patient, doctor, cleaner, visitor. It really doesn't matter. I desperately need to feel like a woman again, not a failed mother. I want rough sex. I want to be hurt. I somehow reason that if I experience physical pain and can place it, somewhere near, it will replace the pain that is so deep inside that I can't reach that source. Someday soon I shall be able to say I suffered from puerperal psychosis. I might even use the term Post Natal Depression, so I don't offend people who might have to ask what that means. I used to think it was the same thing. Now, I know it's nowhere near the same. Will this sanctify the lie? I'm told this is the worst time. That's why I'm being ushered through life. Each new day is planned to be full of old experiences. They call it rehabilitation. It's like being promoted. I am now able to function in a superior way to the way I was able to function before. Or previously, however they word it. Though when that previously began or ended, I am not sure. I mean, there's a price to pay for this status. Apparently, I now have insight. That clear-sightedness that casts a harsh, brilliant aura around everything. And what wouldn't I pay for special glasses to cut out that glare? Yeah, my next promotion will be that I can say I've now recovered. There's that lie again. I know. I shall never recover. I may survive, just like those people damaged by me may survive. At rehab, they teach me skills, so I don't have to panic when on one unimaginable day the baby glances instinctively at me for reassurance instead of him. But him, what about him? Will he ever be able to make love to me again without making the link between sex and madness, sex and violence, sex and death? All those supposedly unnatural undertones that are waiting just beneath my skin. I wonder, if I drive him mad too, will we ever be able to share again? I mean, I could quite easily, if I didn't try. Just a thought.